Hey, welcome to Harbor Media's first training video. Today we are going to learn how to set up your Canon Vixia on a Manfrotto tripod. Let's begin. First, get your tripod. It's in a bag. The bag has a zipper. Take the zipper as such and pull it down, and you pull your tripod out. Put your bag anywhere, throw it on the floor. Undo these little locks here. They're meant to keep your legs together as it's in and when you take it out. On the bottom here you have these little latches, and they're going to allow us to extend the feet. Now this is a common sense thing, but a lot of people don't have common sense, so you want to do the one furthest away from you first. So you push that. Reason being is if you do the one furthest, closest to you, then the leg's going to be too far from you and you have to reach out, especially for you people with short hands. That's not the best way to go. So do the latch furthest from you, you get the leg out, and then you get to do the next leg, flip it over, get that leg, and you get the other one, and that one. And we're going to put this up to about eye height, and you'll see that once you have these latches off, the legs are free to spread. And now you have your tripod set up. So in general, you want to have your tripod set up to about eye level with your subject, especially if you're doing something that's non-narrative based. If it's news or something, usually don't want to have it bird's eye or coming down from below, because that usually suggests something else going on. All right, so inside your tripod you have a bubble, and I'll try to show it to you here. This bubble allows you to level the tripod based on the ground you're on. And what you're going to try to do is at the bottom of the pedestal shaft here, you have a lock grip, and if you turn it counterclockwise, you can move the head and get the bubble in the center of the circle. You then turn that grip clockwise, and then it's going to lock in place. And now you have your tripod level on the ground and ready for your camera to be set up. The camera we'll be setting up today is the Canon Vixia. Yeah! It's a very common consumer, prosumer camera. It's the one we offer in very early training to members here at Harbor Media to really get started on. It's very simple, easy, user-friendly, I guess is what I want to say. So I'll show you what I did there, instead of just doing it and assuming you guys know everything. On the tripod you have your mounting plate. On the side of this particular tripod you have a knob that once you loosen by turning lefty loosey, righty tighty, and then push down, allows you to take out the mounting plate kind of sideways. Now if you just loosen this, you're going to notice that your and then pull it, you're going to notice that your mount can slide forward and backwards. But the thing about this particular tripod is that it won't fall out. Other tripods that won't happen with. So if you're doing this on a tripod that isn't this one, don't assume that the mount's just going to stay in there once you loose everything. Chances are it could fall out and your camera could break. So always be very careful and hold the camera when you're installing it or taking it off if you're not sure what kind of tripod you have. So you push this button down, you take this mounting plate out sideways as such, and then you get your camera, and we're going to mount it on here. Now if you don't already have your battery on this camera, you're going to notice on the inside there's leads, and there's leads on the battery too. And these have to meet up, and in order to do that, this is how you install the battery rather. You take the battery, and you basically bring it flush to the camera inside while depressing the battery release switch, and have it hit the leads, and then let go of the battery release switch, and now the battery's in there. You need to have the battery for the camera to run unless you have external power, and this particular camera does come with external power. Alright, so we're going to take the mounting plate, attach it to the camera. On the bottom of the camera, I believe it's an 1/8" screw port. You're going to screw it in there, and you have a safety pin port up at the top. And that should match up with what you have for the mount. You got your safety pin there, and you got your screw there. So you match those up, and you're going to screw that in. Now, your fingers aren't going to be able to tighten this to the level, rather to the standard you would need to keep the camera on the mount. So you're going to open up your wallet and look for your credit card, no, your quarter, and you're going to tighten it on there. So you give it a nice little nudge. Don't over tighten it. You could strip the whatever it is, the screw pathway, and destroy your connection between the mount and the camera, stripping it so it doesn't screw back in again. All right, so you're probably noticing I'm moving the head a lot on this tripod. So you got your tripod head, these are the tripod legs, and we have two particular buttons on this tripod. You have what's called your tilt lock. If you turn it to the left, it's going to allow you to tilt up and tilt down. On the back of the tripod, you have what's called your pan lock. If you turn it right, it locks it so the head does not move left and right. If you loosen it, you can pan left and you can pan right. Those are two of the most basic motions in videography. Also to mention, you got a handle back here. If you loosen the knob left, you can bring it down or up. Based on your height relative to the camera, you might want the handle lower or higher. Right here. Cool. All right, so now we got the camera on the tripod. Now it's likely when you first take your camera out of the bag, this particular one, the lens hood is going to be closed, or it's going to have a lens cap. You'll want to take that off in order to check the functionality of the camera. On the side of your camera, on this particular camera, you'll see a close and open button. Push it to open, and you'll see that the hood opens. When you push it up, you'll have it closed, open. With the hood open, we can now begin to photograph the environment. So you have your viewfinder on the back here, but you also have a monitor that comes out on the side of the camera, a little LCD. Now, most people these days are using, the screens that come out. Although some people do prefer to use this. When you close this, when it's powered, you can use the electronic viewfinder, otherwise known as the EFV. EVF, yep. And then you have your power button at the top of the camera here. And I'm just gonna take this off so I can keep demonstrating to you everything on here. So you got your power button, so you give that a push, and you'll see that the monitor on the side lights up, and now it is showing you a direct feed of what the picture is.